from Kerala. So you can understand the importance of Kerala in this election. First up, let's turn our focus to Karnataka. 14 Lok Sabha seats, including Bengaluru constituencies, went to polls. The BJP had won 11 of them in 2019. The Congress and JDS, which were in an alliance, then won one seat each. This time, however, the Janata Dal Secular is in an alliance with the BJP. Jude Sanath is joining us from Bengaluru. Jude, let me go across to you. What is the big trend that you've picked through the day? What's been the voter turnout like? We hear it hasn't been too great, and this has been a problem in the first phase as well.
While admittedly voter turnout has not been great across Bengaluru's urban constituencies, the fact is that a whole lot of the voting story in Karnataka is actually written in the smaller towns, much like Hassan and Mandya, given the fact that we're seeing a bit more relatively in terms of voter turnout in these smaller towns. Remember, it's also quite significant, especially given the future of the JDS. Towns like Mandya, that's seeing H.D. Kumaraswamy contest. Towns like Hassan, that's seeing, the Gowda grandsons, Puttaswamy Gowda and H.D. Deve Gowda's grandsons also contest. And that's largely because, as far as Karnataka is concerned, these 14 seats at least, a lot of them are actually, determinants with regard to the immediate future of the JDS, the regional party in the state. Remember, that's in alliance with the BJP government as far as Karnataka is concerned. And this even as the BJP and the Congress go head-to-head in a fight that is seeing both parties take on each other in both urban constituencies like North, Central, South and rural Bengaluru, and a bunch of constituencies like Mysuru and of course Hassan and Mandya. Also, interestingly, a lot in terms of these elections will, have a say in terms of what kind of a presence and potential DK Shivakumar has with regard to being the Congress state unit chief. Remember, both Shivakumar and H.D. Kumaraswamy command a large percentage of the Vokaliga vote that will have a massive say in these elections. So political futures, party futures are at stake here in just about 14 constituencies. But the fact remains that while voter turnout has been rather lukewarm, we can expect a great deal of determinants by way of the turnout itself, especially as far as the Vokaliga community is concerned. Which way they'll vote, I guess we'll know in a few weeks from now.
All right. Thanks very much, Jude, for joining us. I'm now joined by DP Satish, Group Editorial Advisor South at Network 18, Senior Journalist B.S. Arun and Vijay Grover. Thank you very much, gentlemen, for joining us on the program today. DP Satish, how do you decode the low voter turnout? Why do you think people in Bengaluru, some of the urban constituencies in Bengaluru, did not turn up in large numbers?
I really don't think it's a low voter turnout because at 5 o'clock, across Karnataka, outside Bengaluru, voting was about 64%. If the same trend continues, it can even cross 73-75%. That is actually a very good turnout considering the heat, no rain and all kinds of things. And also it's a weekend, Friday. In Bengaluru city at 5 o'clock, average voting was 50% and another 1 hour left. And whoever is inside the polling booth, they will all be allowed to vote. And in Bengaluru city, voting percentage might cross 57, 58%, even 60%. Because in the 2019 in Bengaluru city, average voting was 54%, including all 3 urban constituencies. This time it's already 50%, and it might cross 2019 record of percentage of 54%. But outside Bengaluru, voting percentage has been really good. In Bengaluru rural, it was about 61% around 5 o'clock, and in coastal districts of Dakshina Kannada and Udupi, percentage was more than 70%. And even in other parts, even in Hassan, voting percentage was about more than 70% because there is a fierce battle going on between Congress and JDS there. Also in Mandya, voting percentage hasn't been bad because of early morning voting was brisk. After 11 o'clock, voting slowed down because of the heat and other things. But again, after 4 o'clock, voters are back at the polling booth. I really don't think voting percentage has been so bad. Even in Bengaluru city, might record break or it's better, it's 2019 record.
Right. Let me go across to B.S. Arun and Vijay Grover. B.S. Arun, how do you see the voting trends this time around? Were you able to speak to some of the voters at different polling booths in Bengaluru, in Karnataka? What are they really voting for at a national level? Are there local issues, daily livelihood issues which become very important? Or people are voting in national interest, what they think will be good for the country?
Well, it depends on which party they are voting for. The NDA is contesting. BJP and JDS have teamed up, and they are fighting a fierce battle with the Congress. So Congress is highlighting the guarantees given by the Siddaramaiah government and a couple of other welfare measures dished out by the Siddaramaiah government. While the BJP has been highlighting the achievements of the Narendra Modi government over the last many years. So these two are the main campaign plank. But there were many other issues. The Neha murder case, the Neha murder, which happened just about 8 days ago in Hubballi, has become a huge campaign point, especially in North Karnataka and parts of South Karnataka. And the murderer being a Muslim has not helped. And the statements given by the Karnataka Chief Minister and Home Minister and the handling of the issue had come in for criticism, and Congress seemed to be on a back foot because of that. But there was damage control from Siddaramaiah, and Congress seemed to have succeeded in containing the damage. And other than that, we have issues like the flood relief assistance being delayed by the center, and Siddaramaiah has taken up this issue perhaps potentially effectively. And the issue is now before the court. Court has been told by the center that they will clear the issue in about in a couple of days, maybe by Monday. So these are some of the issues being highlighted by both the parties. Siddaramaiah has taken on Modi and the BJP. Over the last couple of days, it has been about the Muslim quota and other welfare measures. So it's been a very strong pitched battle between the two parties. Congress may not have succeeded in taking on BJP in other states, but in Karnataka, it seems to have succeeded in holding the BJP to some of the alleged wrongs that it had done, while BJP has not lagged behind in pointing out the failures of the Siddaramaiah government.
Right. Let me also go across to Vijay Grover at this point. Vijay Grover, what do you think would be the challenges for the BJP in terms of defending the seats which it had won in 2019?
The biggest challenge that the BJP faces in some of the constituencies was the anti-incumbency against the candidate. No doubt this election is about Prime Minister Modi versus the rest of India. And that's something where, we're very clearly seeing that, it's not a very tough task as far as the BJP is concerned. But in constituencies like Mysore, where they've been able to stem anti-incumbency against Pratap Simha by replacing him with a new candidate, that is something which certainly has helped. Similarly, maybe in the second phase, there are some constituencies where we've seen a reshuffle of candidates who were there in 2019 and are not there now. So very clearly, this is actually a reiteration, I would say, as far as the BJP is concerned, that it wants the mandate to continue forward what the Karnataka people had given to it in 2019. So while, the only person where there is some reports that are coming of a ground thing is that maybe in Bengaluru South, it may not be a cakewalk for Tejasvi Surya, because there are certain anti-incumbency factors which have been raised by the voters that the MP had not given the kind of attention that was there. But otherwise, it's a vote for Modi as far as a lot of Karnataka people are concerned. And on the other hand, the Congress is banking on the guarantees, the 5 guarantees that it had launched last year, which it feels that will be able to give it some breathing space in terms of being able to counter the BJP in this particular election.
Right. DP Satish, coming to you, how do you feel has been the Congress's candidate selection this time around? And does that put the party in a stronger position? You already have the Congress in the State Assembly. How has the candidate selection and ticket distribution been for the party?
Parikshit, it's not really good across the state, because out of 28 seats, Congress didn't even have candidates for at least 6 to 8 seats. So they had to field whoever was ready to or willing to contest. Because take Take for example, Bengaluru city. There are 3 seats and Congress hasn't won any of these seats since 2004. But they actually didn't have any candidates in Bengaluru city for these constituencies. They approached some sitting ministers, then sitting MLAs from Bengaluru city. All of them declined to contest. After that, they had to field someone else. Their candidate selection hasn't been really good. Take the example of Mumbai Karnataka region. They had to field children of the sitting ministers in Chikkodi, in Belgaum, also in Bagalkot, in Hyderabad Karnataka region, even in Bidar, then also in central Karnataka, Davangere, and also in Chamarajanagar, they had to field the son of a sitting minister. So because Congress candidate selection hasn't been really good, because BJP swept the polls in 2019, winning 25 out of 28 seats. After that, Congress didn't bother to cultivate the vote bank there, didn't even bother to promote or nurture anyone there. Because of that, they didn't have candidates in many seats. Finally, they had to pick at least 5-6 people who were ready to contest. But as Arun has rightly said, Congress is banking heavily on 5 guarantees of Siddaramaiah government, and it seems to have working on the ground, irrespective of caste, creed, religion, also region, among the poor and lower middle class people. But BJP has changed about 10 candidates and they have fielded someone else, and there was some issue here and there. In Shivakumar, Aisshwarya has been suspended by the party and he is contesting against Yediyurappa's son. In Mysore, there was an issue. And in a few other constituencies like Davangere and few other constituencies, there is still an issue. But BJP candidate collection has been good and is actually better than Congress candidate selection.
Right. Let me go across to B.S. Arun once again. B.S. Arun, how do you think the Congress's campaign has been vis-a-vis the BJP? Did the Congress manage to arrest the issues such as lack of grassroots support and lack of resources, the kind of resources that are available with the BJP but not with the opposition?
See, Parikshit, in 2014 and 2019, perhaps Congress was fighting a battle which was not in its favor. And the party didn't do well at all in 2019, as we all know. And it surrendered so many seats to the BJP, which won 25 out of 28 seats. And Congress, as far as the issues that are concerned, this time, initially there was a lackluster campaign, but it picked up quite fast. And Congress led the campaign. In the first couple of weeks, it was Congress which was leading the campaign, and BJP was forced to counter or to react. And the Neha murder case, Neha being daughter of a Lingayat Congress worker, Congress councillor, and the murderer was a Muslim boy. They were college-going kids, but this put Congress on a back foot. So that's where the campaigning issues sort of came to a not standstill, but on a setback for Congress. But Congress overall, considering the guarantees as Satish mentioned, some of the other programs that it laid out to the people, I think it is in a far better position this time, especially among the women, who have been given the free bus rides and a couple of other welfare guarantees. And Congress, because of these issues, is certainly riding on a good wave compared to what it was during 2019. Okay. And I think this will hold them in good stead in both the first and the second phases.
Okay, we've completely run out of time. We'd like to thank Vijay Grover, B.S. Arun and DP Satish for joining us on the program. We are taking a short break, but don't go anywhere. We turn our focus to the Hindi heartland. When we return, 35 seats across multiple states go to polls. Who could the voters give their hearts and votes to? We discuss that on the other side.